I sat in the chair by the window, arms folded across my chest, staring out at the world beyond the glass. The sun was slipping below the horizon, bleeding orange streaks into the sky like watercolor on a soaked canvas, but none of that warmth reached me. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel anything. Not anger, not sorrow, not even disappointment. Just a dull, frozen stillness behind me. Her footsteps were soft and uneven, each one landing like a cautious breath in a room that no longer welcomed her. Maybe she already knew, maybe she felt it too, that everything between us had already burned to ash. And now she was just wandering through the charred remains. "Can we talk?" she asked gently, her voice trembling at the edges. I didn't answer. My eyes didn't move from the fading light. Outside, she stepped closer, just a few feet away now. I caught her reflection in the glass. Hands balled into nervous fists, eyes shimmering with tears, lips parted in a quiver. It might have been poetic if I still had a heart left to break, but I didn't care, not anymore. "I need to explain," she whispered. Still, I said nothing. My silence wasn't designed to punish her. It wasn't a wall I built for defense. It was just what was left behind after something precious shatters. "And you're too numb to sweep up the pieces." Her name is Alyssa. We had been married for 9 years. 9 long years filled with plans scribbled in journals, shared dreams built over candlelit dinners and road trips, a life that once felt sturdy. But somewhere along the way, she opened the door to someone else, and once that door cracked open, it never truly shut again. I found out last week. No cliches, no lipstick on collars, no messages left open by accident. Just a gut feeling, a hollow in her gaze that didn't look back at me anymore, her phone glued to her palm. Her laugh different, emptier, sharper, so I hired a private investigator, not because I wanted to catch her, but because I needed the truth laid bare. What he sent me didn't just confirm it. It bled clarity. Photographs, hotel room entrances, dinners too intimate to be innocent, kisses captured in blurred stills, and the man, a co-worker, one she used to call annoying, one she promised was harmless, a name I barely registered until it became the shadow trailing my every thought. I didn't confront her, not right away. I needed to sit with it. I needed to hear her lies one more time, to watch her feign normalcy while knowing she was nowhere near it. I needed to measure just how far she'd go in pretending nothing was broken. And now here we were. She lowered herself beside me, kneeling like she was at the altar of something sacred and dying. Her fingers reached for mine. I pulled away. "I'm so sorry," she said, her voice breaking. I wanted to scream. I wanted to demand answers, to ask her how she could do this. But all that lived in me now was quiet, deep and endless. "I never meant to hurt you," she continued, tears cutting lines down her cheeks. "It was stupid, meaningless. I was in a bad place, a bad place." That's always the line, isn't it? Like their pain somehow grants them the right to inflict it on someone else. As if broken vows could be blamed on mood swings and loneliness. "You won't even look at me," she sobbed. She was right. I couldn't. I didn't want to see the face I once loved reduced to this, a stranger draped in guilt. She reached to touch my shoulder. I stood before her fingers could find me. "I'm leaving for a while," she said, her voice barely audible. "To give you space." I didn't ask where. I didn't ask for how long. I just watched her walk away like a ghost, slipping out of a life she no longer belonged to. I returned to the chair as if I had never moved. Sat in the same silence, the same air, the same life that now felt hollow. I heard her suitcase rolling across the hardwood. The door opened, then closed, and I didn't move for another hour. Max, our dog, patted over quietly and rested his head on my knee. At least someone still loved me without condition. I reached down, stroked behind his ears. Grateful he couldn't speak, grateful he stayed. Eventually, I stood. I walked to our bedroom. It looked foreign now, the bed too wide, too clean, too empty. Or maybe it had always been like that. Maybe I had just stopped noticing. The next morning, I started going through things. I deleted our vacation photos from the cloud, unfollowed her on every platform. I began reaching out to divorce attorneys. A text from her came in long, desperate. I didn't read past the first line. The calls followed. I let them ring. Days passed, then weeks, and then, one ordinary afternoon, I saw her again. At the grocery store, she looked smaller somehow. Pale, eyes heavy, she smiled at me like we were old classmates bumping into each other by accident. I nodded, walked past. She didn't follow. Later that week, she mailed me a letter, a real apology. Typed, thoughtful, honest, maybe. I read it. It was better than I expected. But it didn't matter, because love, at least mine, doesn't survive. Betrayal, not like this. Eventually, she asked to meet again. Just one last time, she said. Closure. Curiosity. I agreed, though I wasn't sure why. We met at a cafe. She looked hopeful, like she'd been rehearsing. I looked like someone who no longer cared, because I didn't. She told me she had started therapy, that she was working on herself, that she didn't expect forgiveness, but she had to try. I let her speak. I nodded. Then I stood, thanked her for the coffee, and walked out without a single word more, because there was nothing left to say. Her moment had come and gone, and I had found something better than answers. I had found peace in the quiet, and sometimes silence speaks louder than anything ever could.